104.5 The Team, your home for big board sports. Every weekday right after Golick and Wingo till noon. And Roger Wyland, the host of that. And Roger, the voice of UAlbany Athletics. UAlbany just took UMBC behind the woodshed yesterday.
They did.
I didn't see that coming at all.
No. UMBC's been playing great, and they're number 2 in the conference, 4-1. They made 239 three-pointers, which leads the nation. They averaged 12 three-pointers a game.
Wow.
They were 2 for 20 from behind the arc yesterday. No, UAlbany, listen, UAlbany went 12-3 in the non-conference, and everybody thought, wow, they're just going to roll once they get to the America East. Then they lost to Hartford. Then they lost to New Hampshire. Then they came back and got a couple of wins. And then they went to Binghamton on Martin Luther King Day and lost there. And that was like, wait a minute, what is wrong? I had more people come up to me on the street and go, boy, so UAlbany's not any good this year, huh? I'm like, you know what? No, they're good. I don't know what's going on with this team, but they're a whole lot better than the way they're playing right now. And I walk into the gym yesterday on Sunday expecting it to be a tight game with UAlbany, a chance to get a good win because they're going to Vermont on Wednesday. And, man, did they step up and play the way we saw glimpses of it in the non-conference schedule. Great defense, great rebounding, making shots. Cremo, Nichols, Travis Charles, everyone's got it rolling. And a 40-plus point win over UMBC. I mean, UMBC had 12 points at halftime. 12.
Oh, my goodness.
It was an absolute landslide victory. And one that was much needed. Now, let's see what carryover.
Oh, is that? I was going to say, is this a sign of things to come?
I would think that this is a sign of things to come, and we'll find out because they're going to Burlington on Wednesday. They're going to Vermont. They're going to Patrick Gymnasium, and that's never easy there. And Vermont's undefeated in conference, so now we'll find out. Vermont, I don't think is as good as they were last year. Not right now because they lost one of their top players. Anthony Lamb is injured. They're 6'8". Power forward, really good. Broken leg, out maybe indefinitely. Not sure if he's coming back this season or not. And if he does, it won't be until March. So they're a little shorthanded there. But John Becker does a phenomenal job there as the head coach. They're always there, and they're the top team right now. So let's see what UAlbany can do coming off the win against UMBC.
That significance of the game on Wednesday. Let's say UAlbany goes out, puts up a good effort, maybe even wins that game on Wednesday on the road. Are we going to then watch the shift in the conference happen that UAlbany goes from a team that struggles to maybe the best in the conference?
Could. And then they play at Stony Brook on Saturday, and then they've got Vermont coming back to CEFCU in 15 days. So they're going to play Vermont pretty much back to back. Play them Wednesday night in Burlington. 15 days later, they'll play them at CEFCU Arena. And the thing is, in this conference, you want to get one of the top seeds. Certainly you want to be number one. If you get number one, you're going to be home. And if this is going to come down, and I think it still will, between Vermont and UAlbany, you'd much rather be hosting at CEFCU than having to go to Burlington. But UAlbany already has 3 losses in the conference, and Vermont has none.
So you get Vermont twice. This is the first
Vermont
of 2.
Twice, yep, and it's going to be very quick. So 15 days between the 2 games.
You need to take them down twice if you have any hope of the first.
Pretty much. There were 3 conference losses last time. Or right now, how many times is Vermont going to lose in this conference?
Right. If you don't beat them.
If you don't beat them, right.
UAlbany.
And if anybody can do it, it'll be Will Brown and UAlbany. They've done it before.
Right.
They can do it again, and it's just a fun atmosphere. They just pack them in Burlington. They love it.
Can't wait. It's going to be another great game, and of course, you'll hear it here on 104.5 The Team. That's got to be at least an ESPN 3.
Yeah, it'll be on ESPN 3 because all America East games are on ESPN 3. That'll be with the Vermont crew, and then Brian Mariano and I will have the radio call starting at 6:30 pregame from Burlington, 7 o'clock tip.
Love it. Roger Wyland with us right now. So, Roger, you've been boots on the ground for the Giants for the better part of 30 years. Right here in this market, Pat Shurmur, your first impression?
Oh,
all right.
That's the best you could do? I mean, I'm lukewarm. I am totally lukewarm on him. I have no real – I'm certainly not, oh, my God, they got Pat Shurmur to be the coach of the – I'm not there. I'm not being negative, but I'm not way over the top. Like, this is one of the greatest hires the Giants have ever made. He's going to have to prove that to me.
Is some of the lukewarm feeling because of the other names that were tossed out for the job, Belichick and Patricia? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Matt Patricia, I thought Josh McDaniels would be a really good fit with the Giants. That didn't work, and I'd have been over the top with Patricia too. But it's Shermer, so we'll see. He's got a lot of work to do, but I also feel like as an offensive guy, he comes in here with a lot of weapons. I mean, you get all those receivers that'll be back, and Odell Beckham Jr. and I think he's already locked in to that he wants Eli Manning. He'll say a lot at the press conference, but some of what I've heard is he has already said, I want Eli as the quarterback in 2018.
We got producer Woods who you going, for Shermer. He goes, blah, for Shermer. So the thing he likes right now is that the rumor is former Raiders coach Jack Del Rio would become the defensive coordinator. Does that spice it up for you?
Yeah, spices it up. And I'm hearing that for the first time today because I thought that he would bring Spagnuolo back because when Spags was the head coach of the Rams, he actually hired Shermer as a coordinator. So there's a little bit of, mutual respect. Well, okay, now I'm the head coach and you need work and I'm going to, bring you back as a defensive coordinator with the Giants. But Jack Del Rio would I think be a home run ball. Don't you? I mean,
I love the guy.
You like the guy.
I actually feel bad. Like, as much as I love Gruden and I'm happy with where everything went for the Raiders, I feel bad about what happened to Jack Del Rio.
Yeah, no question. Because I think he's a good football guy.
Oh, yeah.
A really good football guy.
Yeah.
So I think, yes, him as the D coordinator with the Giants, and that is the strong rumor right now, I would be totally on board with that.
I was on Big Board Sports with you in Closure this morning, and I'm going to ask you the question that you asked me if someone may have missed it. What surprised you more yesterday? The Patriots and Jacksonville being so close, or the blowout of Philadelphia over Minnesota?
I guess the Philly romp would have to be the more of a surprise to me. Even though I did think that New England was going to roll in that game, and they didn't. But I thought Philly could win a close game as a 3-point dog, kind of like they did against Atlanta. I was anticipating relatively low scoring, good defense, another defensive stance by Philly, and win a close game. I didn't see 38-7, and I certainly didn't see it after Minnesota. Just literally everything that they scripted on the first drive worked. Keenum throws the touchdown pass. It's 7-0. I'm like, oh boy, it's going to be a long day. Long day.
And long day was.
But it was a long day for Minnesota.
Yeah.
Everything after that was all Philadelphia. Good for the Eagles.
Roger, first impression. Can the Eagles at least make this an entertaining Super Bowl?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Even with Nick Foles, Napoleon Dynamite.
I think so. I really do. Of course, I'm drinking the Kool-Aid because my family, Kelly's family, big Philadelphia fans. Her dad passed in June. They're all about the Eagles, so their mindset is he's watching from above, and Philadelphia's going to get this done. This is the year to do it. And they've been waiting for them to get back to the Super Bowl. Haven't been there since 2005, so it's a rematch with New England. So I'm going to say right now, my thought is, without making a final prediction, that they're going to be in this game. Right now, the line is 5.5.
Yeah, opened at 7, instantly dropped.
Instantly dropped.
Yeah.
I think
somebody in Vegas went, 7.
7, yeah. There's definitely some respect for the way Foles is playing right now. He's gotten better each week. And I never really think he's a number 2 quarterback, but he can be a starter somewhere. Right?
Yeah,
next year, he's got to be a starter somewhere.
Especially if he gets to know the system, has time to work through it the way he has here.
Peterson's been impressive the way he's coached up this team. I think their defense is really good. But are they going to be good enough to outright win the game against New England?
I might have to wear a dog mask to Minnesota. I mean, if somebody...
I know who you're rooting for.
Who's not the Patriots? Especially as I look around this room. Where our boss and I've taken the high road on this one, Roger. I feel like any management position that would put this much attention to detail and give me a hard time is somebody you'd want to do business with.
God.
Yeah,
Town Square Media of Albany. They leave no crazy attempt to make me angry unattempted.
There was definitely some effort put into this by Jake Demeen. There's no doubt about it.
The only thing that saved me is I was listening to you guys on the way in, and Closer referenced the pictures. I still had no idea the extent to which it had happened.
I mean, I blew in here this morning and went, what? It's like everywhere, whatever door you open, it's like, oh, man, there's 20 more. There's 20 more. I don't know how many there are, but there's a lot of pictures in here.
Yeah, our office manager, Sharon, who orders all this stuff, not happy. Look at all this toner, Jeff. I didn't do it. Roger, man, we appreciate when you make time for us.
Always a pleasure, guys.
And hopefully we're talking about the Eagles winning this thing in 2 weeks.
I'm with you. I have a rooting interest in Philadelphia.